So for our next topic, let's discuss Don't Ask, Don't Tell and its repeal. Specifically media coverage of the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Now, many people understand by now, because of the excellent education that Rachel Maddow of the show which bears her name has been doing, that Don't Ask, Don't Tell uh, was brought in 1993. It was a compromise during the early Clinton administration, hailed by the president at the time as the best that he felt he could get, and the dramatic human costs of the United States military have been laid out in full. Um, well, that is for cis people. One thing that Rachel Maddow has not mentioned, has never mentioned, is the practice of the United States military to discharge people for beginning medical transition. For coming out to their commanding officers as trans. It is illegal to be trans in the U.S. military. You will receive a medical discharge. This has not been mentioned on the Rachel Maddow Show. Not by Rachel, not by any of her co-anchors, not on the Maddow Show blog, nowhere. We tried to contact, well, by we, I mean me and my computer, tried to contact the Rachel Maddow Show for comment on this, or for comment on any reportage that they've done on trans issues, with the exception of Amanda Simpson's appointment. Something unrelated to carrying water for the Obama administration. And there was nothing. There have been no responses to requests for information or statements from the Rachel Maddow Show. I can understand why. I'm a lowly blogger, and I represent, well, only myself, I suppose, but I'm part of a subset of people who are estimated to be roughly 1 million Americans. 1 in 250 is the estimated incidence. And you would think that someone who is so concerned about the loss of potential excellent soldiers, excellent translators, would be livid about the fact that you can be discharged from the military for being trans. Unlike Canada, for example, where I live, unlike the United Kingdom, there's an excellent blogger I follow, Zoe Imogen, I think, if she still has her LiveJournal account up, and served in the United Kingdom military during her transition. I don't know if there's anything else to say. Normally this would be where there would be a 12-minute back and forth interview if you were watching, say, the Rachel Maddow Show. Unfortunately, it's me and my webcam and Rachel refusing to respond, and anyone who works for the Rachel Maddow Show refusing to respond. I'm really hoping that this video gets forwarded to a lot of people who are rhetorically pro-trans, but once again appear to be, what Ms. Maddow refers to the president as a fierce advocate who does nothing. Interesting to note that she mentioned the domestic partner benefits executive order, but didn't mention the State Department's change to passport regulations that allowed for gender change on the passport without proof of surgical status, for example. So yes, I would love there to be an interview here. I would love there to be a 10-minute discussion with Rachel or with someone else, or even me reading verbatim text, which would be not edited for content. There's no reason for me to do that. But she's not here. She doesn't have anything to say about trans rights, which is really, really interesting if you claim to be disappointed by the most pro-trans, pro-LGBT president's fierce advocacy on your behalf. You would think that with the Employment Non-Discrimination Act winding its way through Congress at a snail's pace, that there'd be some questions to Representative Frank, for example, about why operative status is no longer grounds for protection in ENDA. Essentially, that one must have surgery to actually get the rights guaranteed in ENDA if you are trans. All of this is begging the question, and I'm asking, and thousands, if not millions, of Americans who care very passionately about this issue, this very basic issue of equal protection, are asking this. And someone who is positioning herself as one of the foremost journalists when it comes to questions of equal protection is saying nothing. Here's the interview.